Hi folks, my name's Carruthers. I'm an actor, choreographer, and body positive activist. I recently was involved with Carruthers Theatre with their production of Legally Blonde, which was my debut choreographic experience with them, and also my first time on the Carruthers stage. If you came to a select performance of Legally Blonde, you would have seen myself swinging into a myriad of characters with 3 hours notice, which was kind of a wild experience, but Carruthers is always so professional, so they were always there to help me with everything I needed and got me rehearsed in time to do the show, and hopefully you didn't even notice I was there. I think my favorite part of the experience working with Carruthers Theatre was the amount of time we had to do the auditions. We saw over 250 people during the audition process, and during our callbacks, we had this really amazing opportunity to take the time we needed to work with each auditionee personally, and I got to give them feedback before they did their final dance call. The joy in that room on that day is something I'm never going to forget, and everybody worked together towards creating this common goal of having fun in the room. Because that's, in my experience, that's what dance is. Dance is meant to be fun. It's joyful movement. We shouldn't get hung up in all the technicalities of it and your history with dance and the experience of the people who have told you your place in the dance world. Dance is meant to be exciting and fun and joyful, and we really captured that in the room that day. So I started working on Everybody on Stage because of my own experiences of fat phobia in the arts. Very early on in my career, I was told that my body wasn't one that was marketable, that it wasn't one who was hireable. I went to this dance call for a cruise line, and after 4.5 hours, we all got sat down, and they told us we had booked the job, and they were telling us about how we get on the ship and all this sort of stuff. And then at the end of that, I got pulled aside and told that I would be put on a ship immediately because they loved the way I danced, but I had to lose some weight. I had to become shirtless ready. So I spent an entire year of my career training my body. I didn't dance, I didn't sing, I didn't act, I didn't do anything else but physically work out and try to change who I was. And I went back the following year and I got the exact same feedback. They were so excited to work with me if I could just lose weight. And I don't want another person to experience what I experienced. Everybody on Stage is an activist platform that we're using to encourage body diversity in the arts and positive representation of all bodies on stage. Our goal at Everybody on Stage is to break down stigma and fat phobia in the arts and actively seek positive representation of all body types on stage in the form of body diversity. We believe there is a lasting effect on the long-term health of artists who have experienced disordered eating and body dysmorphia, and a lot of that comes from the way people are cast in our industry. At Everybody on Stage, we believe that your body should not be a barrier to entry, and that diversity is important and representation matters. And that's why I started Everybody on Stage, because I want there to be a change in this industry. I want people to feel accepted. I want people to not go out for opportunities because they know that their body isn't what people are looking to see. Because that's done. We're done with that. The world is changing, and our industry needs to change as well. What's next for Everybody on Stage? We actually were recently awarded a $5,000 grant from a worldwide search of body positive influencers as a sort of startup grant for the work we're about to do. So we are really excited to get going on a bunch of different projects, including a joyful movement workout program. We're working on an educational programming that we're going to take into schools to start that conversation at an early age so that no child feels like their body's a barrier to entry. We're shooting a couple music videos. We're doing a bunch more interviews, as well as our series called Why Are They Not Fat is still going to be released monthly. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because you don't want to miss a thing. You can follow us on all social media platforms at Everybody on Stage, as well as our website, www.everybodyonstage.com. There you'll find information about how to get involved in our community, how you can support us, and maybe produce a bit of content. We want to wish you a very happy International Dance Day from us at Everybody on Stage and Carruthers Theatre.